tops. All right, it's another beautiful Thursday morning, the 20th day in the month of November 2025. My name is Adedamola Lafenwa. The program is from the dailies on your number one radio dial, Solutions at 93.9 FM. And of course, this is the program where we get to take you through the front page stories of different newspapers. Before I say anything, let me introduce Comrade Adeja Shokwe, who is standing by virtually to join me on the program this morning. Good morning to you, Comrade Adeja Shokwe.
Yes, a good morning to you, my dear comrade brother, and of course our listeners and viewers wherever you may be located this Thursday morning. Good morning to you all.
Okay, now looking at the papers this Thursday morning. I have this one on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, and it says Kebbi Kwara attacks halt Tinubu trips. Okay, that is found on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. And looking at the riders, it says awaits VP DSS police report on incident. We will use state apparatus to rescue our daughters. Shetima. Local government chairman releases names of abducted Kebbi students. JNI decries abduction of Kebbi schoolgirls, demands government action. Okay, moving away from that, let's take other stories that have to do with insecurity. Also on the front page of the Vanguard, I have this one saying FG has lost grip on northern security. Olawepo Hashim. Moving away from the Vanguard newspaper, a quick look at the front page of the Punch newspaper. We have this bold headline saying Kwara Kebbi abductions, FG blames US as kidnap outrage spreads. Another blame game, you would say. And looking at the rider, Tinubu cancels foreign trips. Troops storm Kwara after bandits kill 2. Abduct 35 worshippers. Shetima Kebbi Kwara governors visit families. Okay, and let me see if I can see. Okay, this is another story that has to do with insecurity. Terrorism. Police tighten Southeast security as Kanu knows fate today. Wike slams Turaki as police seal PDP secretariat. That story is found on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. Comrade, because of our time, let's go straight to what we have today. Now, the president sent the vice president to Kebbi to commiserate with the government and the families of the young schoolgirls that were abducted. These girls have been in abduction or in captivity in the past 72 hours. Until now, nothing is being heard from them or about their whereabouts. And the vice president had this to say when he went to the Kebbi government house, when he met with the governor of Kebbi State, Governor Idris. Let's take a listen at Vice President Kashim Shetima speaking there.
Is deeply troubled by this tragedy. He shares your anguish. And he has sent me to assure you that this is not a moment for politics. This grief transcends party lines, geography, and identity. This is a time for unity, for compassion, and for calm resolve in the face of evil. Your Excellency will honor and appreciate and take care of the family of the Vice Principal of the Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School. He paid the ultimate price in defense of his daughters, of his students.
Today is not a day of speech. It's a very sad day for us, because when you look at the girls, very young girls who are in school, to pursue knowledge. And unfortunately, these notorious people went to that school in the night and abducted them. Our prayer is just to see these our daughters.
All right, Comrade Adeja Shokwe, I'm sure you listened to the voice of Kashim Shettima, the Vice President, and also the voice of the Governor of Kebbi State there, commiserating with the families. But one will begin to ask this question that how serious is the government in tackling all this hike in the rate of insecurity in the country? Now, looking at what I found on the front page of the Punch this morning, it says Kwara Kebbi abductions. FG blames US as kidnap outrage spreads. Now, let me read what that story is about now. The federal government on Wednesday blamed the renewed terror attacks, including the abduction of schoolgirls in Kebbi and the assault on worshippers in Eruku, Kwara State, on recent remarks by United States as public anger over the incident spreads. Now, I'd like to quote okay, let me read further. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, said Trump's posts alleging Christian genocide in Nigeria and threatening to deploy U.S. troops had inadvertently emboldened opportunistic violent groups now seeking to justify attacks on soft targets. Now, I want to quote him now. Recent pronouncements from the United States have inadvertently emboldened opportunistic violent groups seeking to exploit international narratives and make bold statements by attacking soft targets, Akume said on Wednesday. Now, looking at what do you make out of this excuse coming from the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume?
You already branded it. I mean, the man said opportunistic violent groups, reacting to foreign narratives. The way they craft those things. Now, what is the meaning of that? He is laying claim to the fact that the claims or these utterances from Washington, from the Congress, from the presidency, are inflammatory, and it is what these opportunistic groups are cashing in on, to hit. He now went on to say to hit soft targets, and you're talking about soft targets here. The one in Kebbi was protected. There was intelligence and protection was put in place, and half an hour before the violent tragic incident, this protection was
withdrawn
by the state. Look, it is apparent now, so apparent. If the public didn't know, it is so apparent. In the space of 1 week, a general was compromised on the battlefield, defending Nigeria's territorial integrity under circumstances of internal strife, not even external aggression. We know that his location was compromised.
Definitely. I saw some parts of the WhatsApp messages.
So, is the entire Nigerian security apparatus, starting from the commander-in-chief, this is the SGF, Nuhu Ribadu and all of them, Defense Intelligence, are they saying that they cannot see that the failures of Nigeria's military is primarily due to internal sabotage rather than incompetence on their part? Rather than incompetence, it is basically clear now that war, safety, and everything is being compromised, and it is Nigeria that is being compromised from within.
Because now, one of the papers, the Nigerian Tribune, I have it on, it's saying that soldiers take over Kwara community. I mean, is it just about taking over the community? Kebbi school, that particular school was taken over by security operatives that were withdrawn 30 minutes, according to one of the teachers of the school, saying that they were withdrawn 30 minutes before the attack.
There's a security expert that provided intelligence and tracked the intelligence and knew the intelligence was activated. And then, so the question is, where did that order come from? Look, I was listening to another narrative that a soldier says that he was, I think, court-martialed or whatever, for failing to obey orders to stop firing on Boko Haram.
I read the report too.
I mean, these are very dangerous narratives.
That he was punished for firing at the Boko Haram.
These are very dangerous narratives.
I mean,
coming from the military.
I mean,
a normally cohesive, structured, regimented, and regulated organization, and we are hearing of in the public domain. What happened to counterterrorism? You understand? What happened to counterterrorism? That you must know what the adversary is thinking of doing. You understand? You know what he's thinking. You know what he's thinking of doing, and you take measures to neutralize that. That is counter. So what is happening? It is that same structure that is supposed to be doing this that has been so infiltrated. It is scary. It is scary.
Now, do we say that with this spate of insecurity, do we say that our leaders are being overwhelmed?
No, look, what I know is that the DSS, for instance, even other security agencies acknowledge military intelligence and all of they acknowledge the capacity of the DSS. You understand? The capacity to reach deep down anywhere and get intelligence. Now, the political will to act on credible and valuable intelligence.
Comrade, in the midst of all these insecurity issues, what is the role of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces?
The Commander-in-Chief is to give orders and to ensure that those orders are carried out.
Okay.
And commanders are held accountable.
The commander, come again, who are held accountable?
The field commanders.
Okay.
I mean, he gives instructions to the service chiefs.
Okay.
And the intelligence people, all security apparatus.
Now, I have my reasons for asking you that question, comrade. Now, let me tell you why I asked you the question. Now, when the country was bedeviled with high rate of insecurity in 2014 during Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration, I remember our president today, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I remember this tweet which Nigerians have dug out. Now, I want to read out some of the tweets tweeted by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The first one was tweeted by Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the 14th of April 2014. Let me read it. On matters of security, the buck stops at the president's table. Like in other countries, Jonathan is the chief security officer. Stop Boko Haram. The second tweet was on the September 9, 2014. It says, the festering Boko Haram attacks on the northeast and massacre of innocent citizens is concrete proof that Nigeria has no government. Bola Ahmed Tinubu tweeted. And another tweet too, this was in January, it was on 29th of January 2014. The slaughtering of Christian worshippers is strongly condemnable. It calls to question the competence of Jonathan to protect Nigerians. And interestingly, the same man that tweeted all these tweets is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces today. And all these things are happening.
Yeah. It is, talk is, like somebody that I know, he keeps saying talk is cheap, you see. And I want to just add that opposition is easy to do. Opposition is easy. You just churn out. You just churn out tweets. You churn out statements. I saw Obitu. Obitu said a lot of things, on a tweet. Opposition is in Nigeria because when it is your turn to govern, then you start blaming the previous government. This government has been unable to heap all blame on the immediate past government because it is still APC. So they just go on like that. Can you imagine tweets in 2014 and now the table has turned?
Nigerians have dug these tweets by Bola Ahmed Tinubu
in
2014.
Because, opposition
now
is so easy.
it's so easy to be in the opposition, but now that you are the driver.
Look, in 2014,
wow.
We had information such as power will be available in 6 months. We had economic fake power, fake naira. When you see us on the streets, and only to Femi additional to turn around years later to say some of that have been said that the Buhari and his campaign said are not known to them as part of the manifesto.
Now, the issue of the slain Brigadier General Musa Uba and the kidnapped girls from Kebbi also generated a debate on the floor of the Senate earlier this week, where senators like Senator Ningi and Senator Aminu Tambuwal stood up and spoke about it. Let's take a listen at Ningi, then Senator Tambuwal.
And I represent Bauchi Central of Bauchi State. Mr. President, we are facing an existential threat collectively as people. And by the time we begin to procrastinate and say it is this group against this group, it is this religion against this religion, the event of the last few weeks has proven to all Nigerians that these attacks comes to any Nigerian, irrespective of tribe, region, and religion. And therefore, Mr. President, the more we begin to see ourselves as being victims of these terrorists, the better for all of us. Yesterday we lost a general, Brigadier General Uba Musa, and the videos being circulated. And 24 hours after, we saw what happened in Kebbi. What we are missing is that these people have taken advantage of our infallibility to keep getting at us. Now we have been saddled with a responsibility going forward. Are these terrorists appeasable? Can we reach out to them? There are one school of thought who imagine that these terrorists could be reached and then discussions take place. There is another school of thought who thinks that these terrorists should be met with all the force required to meet them. And that is the entanglement, Mr. President, we are in. It is left for all of us. You have 2 seconds remaining. You took my 30 seconds saying, so it took the parliament like ours to come up and tell this government whether we can appease these terrorists or that we can go after these terrorists. Lives have been lost. Imagine if any one of us has a daughter now in captivity in Kebbi. Will you be sleeping? Is it possible for you to survive when your own daughter is taken? And because these daughters are not ours, we begin to be political and lackadaisical in meeting the expectations of our people. It's a bad day for me, sir. I rest my case.
Senator Aminu, Sokoto South Senatorial District. Mr. President, let me join my leader and elder brother by also lending my voice in support of this motion and commiserating with the people and government of Kebbi State and the parents in particular.
All right, comrade, because of our time, I had to cut that short. I'm sure you listened to Senator Ninge speaking first there, then being followed by Senator Aminu Tambuwal. I mean, looking at what he said, what do you make out of that?
Aminu Tambuwal, the Member of Parliament, Speaker of Parliament, Governor, and now Senator. Ningi has been a long-time member of both chambers of the National Assembly. They have information. They have access to intelligence. And you see, the bottom line is this for Nigeria. Every nation that moves forward, and in whichever direction they move, it is dependent on the elite consensus. That is just it. What is happening today in Nigeria is a consensus of the elite, because it is not about the Nigerian state. It is about individual interests and group interests. Wherever there's a convergence of interest, that takes precedence over the Nigerian interests. It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that.
Senator Ningi made mention of something that they are the political elite are just politicizing with the lives of Nigerians. They politics.
They know it takes precedence over group interest, convergence of individual interest.
And he had a question. He asked a question. He said, "If it were your daughters that were in captivity, would you be sleeping?"
Yeah, I mean, imagine that town. 25 girls, young girls,
innocent
and
girls.
then they have fathers, they have mothers, they have siblings, they have uncles, aunties, nieces, nephews in that community. The pain is all encompassing.
And after 72 hours, nothing is yet to be heard of.
And the people that were sent after them to search them out were ambushed. Again, ambushed. So it is, rather than the SGF saying the Trump and American congressmen words are inflaming passions amongst the, what do you call it? He said
opportunistic groups. Opportunistic violent groups, according to what he said, using his words.
I think rather than look outwards, let us look inwards.
Within.
Yes, let's look within us.
All right.
And among us.
All right, comrade. Our time is fast spent today. We'll definitely continue this conversation tomorrow when we have more time.
By God's grace, you have a good day.
Wish you the same, sir.
Thank you.
All right, I've been speaking with Comrade Aodeji Ajishope, and today's edition centered basically on the state of insecurity in the nation. Okay, that's the much we can take today on the program. We'll be back again tomorrow morning for a fresh edition of From the Dailies on Solutions and 93.9 FM. My name is Adi Damola Lafenwa, wishing you a very splendid day. Good morning once again.
The views and opinions expressed in this live broadcast are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the editorial policy of Solutions 93.9 FM.
Keep it 93.9. Keep it 93.9.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn. Solutions 93.9 FM.
Orúkọ mi ni Comrade Ramani Ààrẹ. Ibi tí a wà yìí ni wọ́n ń pè ní Adépo Abọ̀gọ̀.
Adépo
Abọ̀gọ̀ Ẹgbẹ́dá Àtúbà Road. Abẹ́ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Olúyọ̀lé local government.
Olówà.
Tí a fẹ́ ní agbègbè ẹni bíríìjì láti máa kọjá sí even bí ọ̀bá sí bíríìjì bí ìgbà tí wọ́n sọ ibi ìdíbọ́dà ni. Ìgbésí ayé wa kò rọrùn láì ṣe pé bíríìjì bá wà bí ẹni tí bá lọ sí Abọ̀gọ̀ kò lè ráyè lọ sí ilé rẹ̀ bígbà tí èèyàn mú ọ̀nà tó di má ìsàrùrù ni ní ojú ọ̀nà bí tí ó bá ti sí bíríìjì kò sí àǹfààní fún wa láti máa kọjá lọ sí Abọ̀gọ̀ kò sí àǹfààní fún ará Abọ̀gọ̀ láti kọjá wá sí ilé gbogbo ìgbìyànjú ìjọba náà láti kọ́ ilé ìwé torí ilé ìwé wà ní ọ̀nà Ẹgbẹ́dá Àtúbà bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ṣe pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n lọ sí ilé ìwé náà ìmí ń bẹ láti Adépo ìmí ń wá láti Olómiyẹyẹ ìmí ń wá láti Onílá kí a bá sí bíríìjì ní ibi èyí ò túmọ̀ sí pé káwọn ọmọ máa wá kí wọ́n máa wá jáná mọ́kọ̀ lẹ́nu ń bí lẹ́yìn tí ọ̀dẹ̀ rọrùn bẹ́ẹ̀.
Tábàwò dáadáa tó bá ti bọ́lẹ̀ ní Muslim lábẹ́ bíríìjì àgòrò òkè a máa tọ̀ bọ̀ títí a fi máa dé Ayétòrò láti Ayétòrò yẹn títí yẹn lọ́padà wá jáde sí ibi ìbàyí tá a fi sí.
lọ́wọ́ tààrà sí Adépo sí Abọ̀gọ̀ sí Ẹgbẹ́dá Àtúbà lọ́dọ̀ omi lọ́lọ́ sí Ìjẹ̀bú-Igbó.
náà bí wọ́n ti wọ́n ṣe ti àwọn títì tí wọ́n ń bọ̀ yẹn wọ́n wà ní padà jáde sí ìbàyí.
wọ́n sọ ibi ìdí close ní tí ọba ti sí bíríìjì bí close
títì tí ń bọ̀ yẹn kò ní lè jáde sí ìbàyí.
ó túmọ̀ sí pé ẹni tí ó bá ní ìpalára bóyá aboyún lọ sí hospital láti Abọ̀gọ̀ wọ́n yẹ ẹni tó fẹ́ bímọ ọ lọ sí hospital láti Abọ̀gọ̀ ó túmọ̀ sí pé kò sí ọ̀nà tí wọ́n gbàgbé lọ sí ilé ìwòsàn gbogbo kódà ojúṣe àwọn èèyàn tí ń bẹ ní agbègbè èkéré èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹnìkan láti 1999 tí wọ́n ti dá ìbò dídì ilẹ̀ ń lọ pa ìbò kan jẹ láìdì ní local government náà ni mo sì ti ń dìbò láti ọdún náà di òní tí voters card wá dẹ̀ wà ní ọwọ́ kálukú wa ní ibi lọ́dọ̀ sọ pé àtìlẹ́yìn wa gbogbo ìgbìyànjú wa náà là ń ṣe fún gómìnà wa ọlọ́lá jùlọ Ṣèyí Mákindé gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa ti ké lọ síbẹ̀ ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọgbà wọ́n sọ pé ká ṣe sùúrù náà ni àwa rí pé ibi tí sùúrù yìí ń lọ sùúrù tó wọn bá ti rí pé fẹ́ mẹ́mì lọ́wọ́ a rí pé kò fẹ́ padà wúlò mọ́ la fi ṣe sùúrù pé ká pààrọ̀ wà fúnjọba ẹ rí pé gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa yìí ọ̀rọ̀ sùúrù ní jáde lẹ́nu ẹ rí pé gbogbo ń tá a kọ yìí náà ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ sùúrù náà ni kì í ṣe pé bóyá amúra àjà síjọba à ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ ní o kíjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ọlọ́lá jùlọ ẹnjìníà Olúwaṣèyí Mákindé kí wọ́n dẹ́kun owó ìwáṣẹ láàánú o.
ẹ ṣe gbàgbọ́ pọ̀ bàbá wa ẹlẹ́ni tó gbọ́ láti ẹnu ọ̀kan gbòógì lára àwọn tí ti jẹ́ ọ̀kan gbòógì yẹn ní àdúgbò tá a wà yìí ìyẹn ibi tí circular road tó gbà kọjá ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Olúyọ̀lé la wà ìyẹn tó bá ti ń bọ̀ láti orí bíríjì Muslim àmọ́ tọ́bọ̀ sàràtà àdé Ayétòrò àdàkọ́lá Ayétòrò àdó ńlá ẹbádó ńlá àdépo àbọ̀bẹ̀ ibi tá a wà ibi circular road gẹ́gẹ́ gbà eléyìí tó yípo bó tẹ̀yẹ pé àwọn ilé ti wó mo rí àwọn ilé tó wó wọ́n tó ní wọ́n tó máa wó àwọn ilé mi ṣé ọ̀dọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀yìn sà.
kò dọ́dọ̀ wa sà.
kò dọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀yìn ẹ̀yìn súnmọ́ àwọn ọ̀nà.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
àwọn tó kàn náà ọlọ́ba rọ̀ wá lójú.
àwọn èèyàn wa tó kàn ó pọ̀ gan-an.
ó pọ̀ gan-an àwọn èèyàn tó kàn. orúkọ yín gan-an.
orúkọ mi ni Sọjí Gbélé Kalẹ̀.
Sọjí Gbélé Kalẹ̀ ẹ bá ní àpéjúwe ibi tá a wà yìí.
Ibi tí a wà ní à ń pè ní ọ̀nà Muslim sí Ẹgbẹ́dá Túbà ṣùgbọ́n ibi ìgangan ojú ibi tí a wà yìí ó ní ọ̀nà Aba Ọ̀gọ̀ láti ibi sí Olúwùsì Aba Ọ̀gọ̀ Ẹgbẹ́dá Túbà bó ṣe lọ lọ ní.
Kí wàá ní tẹ́ fẹ́ lọ fi jọba wọ́n ti fẹ́ bá wa ṣe títì tí ẹ mọ̀ gbádùn dáadáa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni a mọ̀ pé títì yìí circular road ìrọ̀rùn ni a ti ń gbàdúrà kódà gbogbo ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní wa ni a ti ń gbàdúrà fún circular road nígbà tá a ti gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ circular road yìí a ti ń gbàdúrà pé kí Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí ọ̀nà yìí tètè dé torí pé ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé tí ọ̀nà yìí bá dé yóò mú ìdẹ̀rùn bá wa yóò mú ìdàgbàsókè wọnú ìlú wa ṣùgbọ́n sí ìyàlẹ́nu wa nígbà tí ọ̀nà náà yóò padà dé ohun tí a rò náà kọ́ ni a bá o torí pé ó pa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lẹ́kún ó sì dá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lọ sọ́run ṣùgbọ́n àmọ́ náà tẹ́lẹ̀ náà pé kò sí bí ìdàgbàsókè yóò ṣe wà tí ò ní pa àwọn kan lára nítorí pé níbi kí èèyàn máa ṣe tí a bá ń ṣe nǹkan yóò dùn mọ́ àwọn kan yóò sì dùn àwọn kan ṣùgbọ́n síbẹ̀ náà ọ̀nà tí a wà tó ń jẹ́ ká máa ṣe léyìn ni wípé a wò pé ibí yìí ó yẹ kí wọ́n fún wa ní bridge tí a máa gbà kọjá lókè àbí tí a máa gbà ní ìsàlẹ̀ eléyìí tó ń bẹ máa ń pè ní overhead bridge or underpass bridge but wọ́n ò fún wa àwa ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe ètò ọ̀nà yìí wọ́n wá sọ pé kò sí nínú ìwé ṣùgbọ́n gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti kọ́kọ́ rí demo tí wọ́n gbé jáde ní ọdún tó lọ demo ti jáde ṣe díẹ̀ ọdún tó lọ ni àwa tó rí demo yìí nígbà tí a rí demo yìí tí wọ́n ń lo àwọn bridge tó ń bọ̀ wọ́n pe Ayégun 1 Ayégun 2 kan tó wá lọ kan Odi Ọdẹ́yálé ní ìgbàgbọ́ tiwa ní